What is good? Let's go. What is going on? Happy freaking Thursday. I'm about to shoot a podcast and give y'all some value. Let's go. What is up? What is good? What is popping? Another beautiful day. I'm really excited. Let's get it. Different topic today. So yesterday was some nutrition. Was that yesterday or the day before? I don't know. Let me know. Shay, what's good? Congratulations on the baby. I didn't get a chance to see, but I'm assuming that everything went well. I hope so. Let me know if that's the case, Shay. Casey, what is good? Alyssa, what is popping? Allie, how are you? Stephanie, what is good? Should you track your weights? Baby boy arrived safe and sound a week ago today. Congratulations, Shay. That is absolutely incredible. We love that. We're happy for you. So yesterday's episode was some nutrition stuff. Gave you guys some good info on fasting, in my opinion, on that. And today is going to be the training aspect, right? You guys could agree that, I got to nail my food and I got to nail my training. So what does that look like? And we're going to break that down here in today's episode. So without further ado, I'm going to jump right into today's episode in 3, 2, and live podcast. Here we go. 1. What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Your Mind, Change Your Life podcast. This is your boy, Coach Sal. Let's get it. Yes, I do that intro every single time because I'm the fucking man. Let's go. So the title of today's podcast episode is, should you be tracking your weights? Should you be tracking your sets? Does this matter? How does this apply to you? Why is it important? And we're going to break that down. Now, I have spent years in the gym making a ton of mistakes. And the reason that I am recording this episode for you guys here today is because I don't want you to do that. If you are listening to this podcast, if you're on this live stream with me, that tells me that maybe you want some more answers. Maybe you want some more clarity on your fitness journey and your results. And that's exactly what you're going to get here today. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. And you guys know I like to storytell a little bit on these podcasts. I did not think it was possible to look the way I do now. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you guys. Like 3-4 years ago, when I finished college, I was actually pretty overweight and I let myself go for a number of reasons. And truthfully, as I'm recording this, I'm in the best shape of my entire life. I feel absolutely incredible. I'm working on doing another show. I'm working with a very high level coach, and I feel extremely happy with the progress that we're making, and it's not an accident. It has been consistent, deliberate action over the last few years. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I think there's a lot to be said there. And what I mean by saying that is that a lot of times we want things very fast, but just recognize that it does take time. You have to be patient and trust the process, but also you could be trusting the process and not doing the right things, right? Maybe you're in the gym right now. Maybe you're showing up and you feel like you're doing all of the right things, but maybe you're just not getting the results that you want. Maybe you're training 3, 4, 5 days a week. You feel like you're eating healthy, but the weight's just not coming off. And today's episode, we're going to unpack that a little bit further as to why that might be happening for yourself. Now, my clients know this, okay? Stephanie, Casey, Alyssa, you guys that are here with me live, you see on our training app how it has the ability to track your weights and your sets. Let me know on the live stream how amazing that is to have that for yourself. And better yet, do you understand why that's important? I would hope so. If you're in my program, please tell me you're aware of that. And if not, for whatever reason, that's what we're going to be breaking down. But yeah, in our training app, you literally have access to a program on your phone right next to every single exercise. It gives you the ability to literally track your weight. So that way, every single time you come into the gym, it shows you the amount of weight and reps that you did the week prior. And the reason that's important is the title of this episode, is because it is going to allow you to see more results in your journey. Because a lot of people will use the same weights in the same reps in the same order every single week. And listen, I get it. I used to do the same things, and it's funny because I remember when I was training at New York Sports Club in Deer Park on Long Island in New York, for those who know what I'm talking about. Now it's closed since the pandemic, but I remember this one guy, and I started to pay attention to what he was doing. And every single day, he would literally get on the same machine to start off. He would do the same amount of reps with the same amount of weight. And he looked the same. And even though he was in the gym all the time, his body didn't change. So I took note of that. And then what I did is I started to do my own research. I started to ask myself questions. I started to go on YouTube, buy articles, buy programs, hire coaches, all these things. I've spent so much fucking money investing in myself and trying to learn as much as I possibly can, because I knew as a byproduct of doing that, that eventually I could give it to other people. Now, that's not why I did it. Selfishly, I did it for myself, right? But then once I started to get into the coaching space, I was like, yo, the more that I learn, the better I could do for myself, the better I could serve my clients. So for me, like for those who have followed me for a little bit and have been on this podcast, you guys know that I've spent a tremendous amount of money, 60, I think actually it might be close to 80,000 now, over the last few years on mentorship and coaches and courses and all these things. And for me, it's been the best money I've ever spent in my entire life. Like I went to college, I got a bachelor's degree from the University of Albany. Like I was supposed to be a cop and be in law enforcement and do all these things, and it didn't work out for me. You know, and I'm sharing that because like I tried to do all these right things, and this is a little bit of a tangent, you know, but I didn't have anything to show for it. And sometimes you have to do things differently to get a different result. And that's why we're recording this. So to get back to the topic, because that's a whole different rant for another day. Should you be tracking your weights? Should you be tracking your sets? The short answer is yes. The long answer, we're going to unpack that here throughout this episode. What the term is called progressive overload. I'm going to say that again for those who are here live. Do you guys know what that means? What we're going to be breaking down in this episode is the term called progressive overload, why that's important and how that applies to you. I'm going to pause the podcast recording quick, and I'm going to scroll through these comments because I want to engage with you guys. So Casey said she's fucking loves it. Yeah, I agree. Stephanie is a life changer. It makes myself want to push harder. That is the point. Absolutely. Takes the guesswork out of it. Gives you the ability to see how you're growing. Absolutely, Shay. Shay, do you use Trainerize? I think you do, if I'm not mistaken. Stephanie motivates me to hit a PR every week. It is motivating as fuck. I love it. Gives you the chance to possibly challenge yourself as well. I love that. Are you guys getting value so far? If you are, let me know. You guys know the drill. Drop some motherfucking fire emojis. I'm going to take a sip, and we're going to finish off this episode. June 1st, new month here today. First day of a new month. Gotta stay hydrated. Wow, my water bottle matches my shirt. Let's go. Shit, I'm feeling good. Had a nasty chest workout this morning. Feeling electric. I live to serve. Today's a great day. Today's a great day to have a fucking day, right? Fucking right. Let's go. Cool. All right. Where am I at here? I think, so I use Anchor to record this podcast, and I think they updated the software because it looks a little different. Fire emojis. Love it. Love it. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Jupiter didn't know I was recording. Yes, I am recording a podcast episode. So I'm just going to continue to hammer this out. Energy's bumping. Alyssa, you know the vibes. We're feeling juicy. It's sunny here. We had some good food this morning. Why not? Why the fuck not? Okay. I almost burped up my lunch. Okay. All right. Let's finish this off because I have another call I got to get to soon. Okay, so should you track your weights? Should you track your sets? The term progressive overload, what does that mean? In simple terms, it's just trying to add maybe 2 to 5 pounds to each exercise that you're doing every single week. Why is that important? Well, the reason that is important is because your body is very smart. Your muscles are smart, and your body will adapt to that stimulus very fast. I lost my train of thought for a second, and I'm talking very fast because I'm caffeinated and I want to get this thought out to you guys. But simply put, progressive overload is just adding 2 to 5 pounds to each exercise every single week. And that is important because you will get naturally acclimated to what you're doing. And if you're not shocking your system, if you're not looking to push the envelope, then your body will stay the fucking same. Now, the other side to this is, well, Sal, what if I am increasing those weights and I just physically can't do any more weight? So then what you're going to do is stay at that same weight and then do a few extra reps. And the reason that our software is so amazing, like our client said at the beginning of the stream, is that you're able to see what you did last week. So the following week, you're able to do a little bit more. For me, when I did my last show, like I did use the same app, like with my coach, and it was tremendously incredible, like how important that aspect is. Because if you show up to the gym 4 or 5 days a week and you're doing the same exercises with the same weight and the same reps, you're going to spin your wheels. I just answered your question. You're welcome. You need to stimulate your muscles in order to progress. Yes, Shay, that is what it is. So the thing is, it is important because we need to send new stimulus to your body because your muscles are very smart. So think about it this way, right? I'll use you, Alyssa. So Alyssa, your body knows that, hey, I'm going to come in on the Smith machine and I'm going to do 8 to 10 reps, right? I'm going to do 4 sets, 8, 10 reps of 135 on the squat machine. And if you keep doing that, your legs are going to be like, hey, we're ready for this. We're prepared. You know, we've been sleeping and eating all week for this. We know exactly what we're going to get. right? But what you need to do to push past the plateau and continue to see results is make sure that you're slapping on the 2.5. That's it. And then when you slap on the 2.5 and you do the 8 to 10, don't just stop at the 8 to 10. Maybe you do an extra, you go to 11, 12. And this is for my clients too, if you guys are here with me, okay? Just because there's a programmed rep range, just because there's a certain target that you're aiming for, doesn't mean you need to stop there. And I actually made a reel this morning that I'm going to be posting later this week about that. Training to failure is so important. So training to failure and progressive overload, they go hand in hand. Because if you're able to track the weights in the sets and you keep increasing that and you really push your body to its limit, then that's where you're going to see more progress. Alyssa says, how often should you change the weight once your muscles get comfortable? I foundationally want you guys to understand, if you take nothing else from this episode, you should be looking to increase the weights used or the reps every single week. Every single week. So if you think about it this way, if I have an exercise that is programmed in for you guys and you have a certain rep range, you should be trying to add 2 to 5 pounds to every single exercise every single freaking week. That's why the software is so amazing, because you see, okay, I did 140 this week. I should do 145 next week. So when you go in there on the following week and you do 145 for the 8 to 10, the following week you should do 150 for 8 to 10. But if you can't do the 140, don't just skip to the 150. Stay there until you could really get in that target rep range. And I think sometimes that could be the most confusing aspect to that, is understanding that, well, I'm looking to add 2 to 5 pounds, but sometimes your body will stall out, and that's okay. But the thing is, you cannot be switching up your workouts and your program every single day, because then it's going to be difficult to track the data. And when I say data, I mean the amount of weight you're using in the amount of reps that you're doing, the rest times. All these things are important, you know? And I've made the analogy in previous reels that I've made in the past is you would not drive a car blindfolded. You would not drive a car blindfolded. That's what I was trying to say, right? If you logically think about that for a second, right? You wouldn't drive across the country without a GPS. You wouldn't be able to get there. You wouldn't fly a plane with your eyes closed. So why do we approach our fitness journeys the same way? Whether it's our nutrition, whether it's our training, our steps, our sleep, all these things. Why do we just expect to wing it and get amazing results? Logically, it doesn't make any sense. Yet everybody does it all the time. And that's the issue. And that's why we're recording this. So simply put, your body and your muscles will adapt fast. And if you just pay attention to this one thing, it definitely will carry you, because this is a foundational framework when it comes to getting results. Does that make sense on Instagram? Are you guys getting value from that? If so, let me know. If you have additional questions on that topic, go ahead and drop it in the live stream right now. I'll be sure to answer that for you. Tiffany, nobody cares. I would highly disagree with you. I have 5 of my amazing clients who are here with me live who love to learn and get better. So, Tiffany, if you don't like the information, that's totally cool. I'm sure there's a lot of other live streams on TikTok that you could tune in and spend some time on. So, wish you all the best. Yes. Okay, Alyssa, Stephanie, Casey, do you guys have certain questions on that? I have the recording paused right now. If you do, I will answer that live. If you drop that within the next minute or two, I'm going to take another sip and then we'll wrap this up. Yeah, I'm feeling fucking good. Let's go. Probably should have recorded that over there, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I love being hydrated. It's so good. Questions. Do you guys have questions on that? Steph, Casey, listen, now is your time. Let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to wrap it up and we'll call it here, because I feel like I got the point across and I don't want to keep repeating myself. Nobody likes when I repeat myself, right? Shauna, Trainerize is the best app ever. I never thought I'd be able to move up like you did. There you fucking go. Shauna, I love that. And I'm excited to chat with you. Please keep the same energy. I fucking love it. No, sir. Cool. I got you. Yeah, I mean, I'm super pumped for the Zoom call later tonight. All Gucci, thank you very much. I keep going past the 12 rep range because if I up the weights, I can barely get 8 to 9. So okay, let's address that. Let's address that, Casey. That's a good one. Good. Thank you for that. Ready? 3, 2, and 1. So one of my clients, Casey, she dropped this question on the live stream. She said that she keeps going past the 12 rep range. Let's just give an example. Like, let's just say it's 135. Right? But I keep upping the weights and I can barely get the 8 to 9. Do I stay just getting the higher reps or lower the reps in order to get more weight? So what I would do there is lower the weight just a smidge, right? So let's say, for argument's sake, you're doing 140 on the squat, right? And you're barely getting that 8 to 9. Maybe drop it 5 pounds, and then in the 8 to 12 range, you should be really pushing yourself, right? But don't just drop it back down 10 pounds. Like, that's why, like, the 2.5 pounds in the gym, you guys know what I'm talking about, those are going to be your best friend, because sometimes you might not be able to slap the 10 on and really get to the rep range. Maybe even the 5 might be a little bit too much, right? And that's where it could be very interesting, because if you work with those 2.5s, right, Casey, going back to you, if you're able to put that 2.5 on there and then really push yourself in the 8 to 12, then you're going to be getting the exact stimulus that you need. Stick to higher reps. The goal is to stay within the target rep range as best you can, but sometimes you need to push yourself a little bit harder, right? Like, if you feel like you're just not working hard enough, then just push it a little bit. Now, it's not to say that you should be doing that every single day, and this is where it gets confusing, right? Is Stephanie says, I love lower reps and higher weight. There you go. And that's key. But there's like a combination of that too. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's like black and white that you need to stick to this rep range and this amount of weight. Foundationally, it's about combining a little bit of the two. You know, like, there's been a lot of confusion in conversation. Well, should I do lightweight and a lot of reps, or should I do heavyweight and low reps? Now, here's the thing. If you're trying to build strength, then yes, moving heavier loads in the lower rep range and having some longer rest times is going to help you build strength. But like, for aesthetics and just really trying to develop your physique, maybe try to lose weight, tone up, flatten your stomach, all these things, it's a combination of both. It's not to say that one is better than the other. It's trying to do a little bit of each one. And going back to the title of this episode, progressive overload is making sure that every single week you're trying to push the envelope with adding a little bit of weight, with trying to do a little bit more reps. It is a combination of both. It's not to say that one is better than the other. There's a time and place for each, you know, like, your central nervous system could only handle so much. And this is where we could get into like deload weeks, you know, and reducing volume and all these other trainer terms that I could sit here and throw at you guys all day and really confuse you. But I don't want to do that with this episode. What I said, maybe we can cover that in the next one. That's a good topic, actually. But simply put, like, there's a time and place to do these certain things and when to push and when to pull back. And foundationally, that's again why data is so important. So for my clients, you guys tracking your weights, your sets, and we're able to see those trends over time, because I could pull up your profile and I could download your whole month's worth of exercises and I could see the trends. And then what I'm able to do is nitpick where your body is. And then based on your feedback, the check-ins, then we're able to have a more strategic conversation on like, okay, Casey, we've been really pushing, you know, these heavier loads and these heavier rep ranges for a while now. Why don't we go ahead and reduce the volume just a little bit, give your central nervous system some more time to recover, and then we'll just kind of coast here for like a couple weeks, give your body a chance to recoup. And then for this next phase, we're going to focus on XYZ for this reason. And that's the thing, is like, a lot of people don't understand that. And that's why I consider myself advanced. Not to say that I have all the answers, because I don't, but at the end of the day, I've tried a lot of things that don't work. And I've learned a lot from the coaches that I've worked with. So the beautiful part about training and why I love it so much is because it is literally like an onion. You just keep pulling the layers and it never fucking ends. There's so many things. So when people say, oh, you know, like, I got my results, like, I'm good now, I don't have to do anything. Like, here's the reality of the situation. Whether you want to listen to me or not, this is what it is. It never fucking ends. It never ends. You have to keep working to not only get the results, but then maintain it and then build from there. And again, that could be scary, or you could look at that every single day as an opportunity to improve. So with that being said, that's all I got here for you guys today. Hope you got some value from this episode. I know I talk fast. I know I want to get a lot out to you guys, but I hope you're able to take something from that. If you did, let me know. Leave us a 5-star review if you want. If you don't like it, that's totally cool. But I want to make sure that you guys are enjoying these things. And if you do, let me freaking know. Maybe we'll cover deloads on the next episode, and some other things that we touched on today. But I appreciate you guys. Hope you have the best day of your entire mother freaking lives. Peace, love, and protein. We'll see you in the next one. Let's freaking get it. Boo! Yeah. You just make the decision and you decide that today's going to be a good day. Because quite honestly, you know, I don't know, like, I woke up today and I was feeling a little groggy and lethargic, but then I went to the gym, I hit my chest, and then now I just feel really fucking good. Took a shower, got a little steps in, had some good food, and here we are. 5 stars. Well, that's actually 4 stars, Stephanie.
if I could count correctly. I did fail math in high school, but that's what it is. Thank you, Shay. I appreciate you. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys here today. Shauna, thank you for tuning in as well. I appreciate you guys. Have the best freaking Thursday ever, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.